Ladies and gents, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the second video of the day. In today's second video, of course, we are going to be predicting the ACC games that are going to be played this weekend. We got a lot we got to talk about, from Louisville to Boston College. Obviously, we got to talk about North Carolina as well. We'll talk Florida State, Miami, all of that, and a little bit more here on the channel. However, if you guys are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, there's some NBA action tonight with the New Orleans Pelicans tipping off on Fox. It's going to be a fun night. Cannot wait to watch. Finally, getting a chance to watch the Pels in the regular season. Cannot wait. Opening night. Let's get loud. Get hype. We're back. We're ready to go. Let's freaking go, winning the Western Conference as well. However, we got some ACC games to predict, so let's go ahead and predict them right now in this video. Alright, another ACC Thursday matchup here. You got Syracuse going into undefeated Pitt. This is going to be a really good matchup if you're asking me. I think for Syracuse, it's all going to be about McCord. I think that McCord has got to get the ball to his playmakers. He's got to get the ball to his wide receivers, his tight end, maybe a little bit. They got to draw up some trick plays against this really good Pittsburgh team. However, when it comes down to Pittsburgh, I think Pitt has to contain Kyle McCord. That's all they got to do, because Kyle McCord does not have the best playmakers around him. So if you contain probably what is Syracuse's best playmaker in Kyle McCord, then of course you pretty much are going to win the game. I think Pittsburgh does, and I think Pitt rolls on in this one to go 6-0, 7-0, 3-0 in ACC conference play. I think with this loss, Syracuse is out of ACC title game contention, and of course, they will not make the ACC championship game. Up next, of course, is Louisville going into Boston College. Boston College coming off a obliterating loss to, I believe, Virginia Tech on Thursday night this past weekend. Of course, Louisville coming off of a heartbreaking loss to Miami in a very, very close matchup where they could have upset the Miami Hurricanes. Now, again, I like Louisville in this game personally. However, when it comes for Boston College, again, I'm reiterating what I said about Syracuse, but it's going to be about Castellanos. He's got to deliver the ball to his wide receivers if he wants a chance in this game. They were not able to do that on Thursday night. Virginia Tech had them locked down. I think Castellanos has got to make some plays with his legs as well to win the game. Utilize those legs. Show us what he did to beat Florida State. I think Boston College doesn't get that done, and I think Stroud and Louisville comes out on top. Now, Stroud is really a really solid quarterback. If you're asking me, all around, they've got good wide receivers. They've got good running backs. I think the defense for Boston College is going to be what gives up a lot for this Louisville team. And I think that Boston College wins this game and moves on and bounces back after a obliterating loss to Virginia Tech. Now, speaking of the Virginia Tech Hokies, we have Virginia Tech hosting the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. This is going to be a fun matchup as well. A very underrated matchup here in the ACC. Virginia Tech coming off of a loss to Notre Dame this past weekend. Obviously, Virginia Tech, on the other hand, coming off of a win over Boston College. So the offense for Virginia Tech has been riding high recently as of late. Georgia Tech, the offense, Haynes King, has been out this past week. I wonder if he's going to play or not. I don't know at all right now. I have no clue regarding that. However, when it comes down to it, this game's at home for Virginia Tech. I think they're the better team. They've got better playmakers here. I think Virginia Tech wins this game and moves on to 5-3 on the year. 3-1 in ACC conference play as well. Up next, you have North Carolina going into Virginia. This is going to be a fun, interesting matchup if you're asking me. I think North Carolina could potentially upset Virginia. However, I don't think they do. I think Virginia has by far the better players on that roster. Obviously, Mac Brown is not one of the best or one of the smartest head coaches in the world. I think a couple coaching mistakes is what's going to cost North Carolina the game if it does get close like it will. However, when it comes down to it, Virginia's just got the better playmakers. I've got to go with them as they will get the job done at home against the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now, Wake Forest going into Stanford. Got to go with Wake Forest. They're coming off of a close win against UConn. I don't see Stanford winning this game. I think Wake Forest quarterback play has been really hot these last couple of weeks. They've shown that they can score points. I think that Wake Forest has to move the ball downfield if they want to win this game. Obviously, when you go out west, you're going to play a little bit of a tougher defensive-wise for Wake Forest. I think, again, all about moving the ball downfield, getting the ball to your playmakers. I think Wake Forest gets the job done on the road, and Stanford upsets them 23-20 as well in this matchup. Now, you have a really solid matchup here. The Oregon State Beavers going into Cal, 4-3, 3-3, 3-4, for California. Going to be a fun matchup. I've got Oregon State, though. I really do. I got the Beavers in this matchup. Cal has been on a losing streak so far. I'm going to expect that train to continue. I just think Cal's by far, they don't have the playmakers enough to keep up with Oregon State. I think Oregon State wins this game, and they show that they can compete against ACC teams in this matchup, as the Beavers will get the job done against the Bears there. Up next, you have SMU going into Duke to cap the night off. Of course, we'll talk Florida State, Miami here in a second. But you got SMU going into Duke. Malik Murphy has been cooking right now for the Duke Blue Devils. The offense, they're coming off of a great win against Florida State. First time in, I believe, 6 or so years that they have beaten Florida State. SMU, they're hot right now. They're 6-1, 3-0 in ACC conference play. They cannot let up a game if they want to compete for an ACC title game. There's just too many good teams in the ACC. This game is probably going to determine that third seed, or that third team in the ACC, the one that could potentially make the leap if one of the other teams drops a game. However, when it comes down to it, I got to go with the Duke Blue Devils. I've been riding high with them. I'm wearing the Zion Williamson jersey. I'm feeling it today. I don't know what it is, but I got to go with Duke here against SMU. SMU being in the top 25 does not scare me if I'm the Duke Blue Devils. I have one of the best transfer quarterbacks in the country in Malachi Murphy. He's been playing like a dog all year. I got to go with, of course, the Duke Blue Devils in this matchup at home as well. Now, the final game of the weekend, we have Florida State going into Miami in a primetime matchup at 6:30 on ESPN. 6 o'clock, rather, on ESPN. Cam Ward, he's been hot all year. I'm expecting that train to continue. I think Cam Ward is going to get the job done for Miami. I don't think this game will be close. I think Miami's got what it takes on offense. I even think they'll put the backups in there in the fourth quarter, if you're asking me. I think Miami's going to blow Florida State out the water. I don't think this game's going to be close. Miami gets the job done at home against Florida State to close us out on the weekend. Of course, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's second video of the day. If you haven't done already, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. It helps us out here a ton on the channel. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.